You're watching FemVids Ultimo. I'm Hannah Hicks.
And I'm Alicia Evans. Thanks so much for joining us.
Today, we take a look at August and what was. FemLINKPACIFIC held the Strengthening Gender Inclusive Conflict Prevention Architecture in the Pacific region, including through media and communication strategies. A mouthful indeed, and a colourful phrase for what was otherwise known as the second annual FemLINKPACIFIC GPPAC Pacific Regional CSO Forum.
You can find the highlights from the week-long convening as well as the resulting policy brief on our website.
The brief identifies clear activities of collaboration and priority areas that as the GPPAC Pacific Network we have identified based on our local and national realities.
GPPAC is the global partnership for the prevention of armed conflict, and FemLINKPACIFIC continues to be the secretariat for GPPAC in the Pacific region. Partners in the network came together not only from Fiji, representing House of Chameleon and Transcend Oceania, but also from Tonga, Papua New Guinea, Bougainville, Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, and Maohi Nui.
The three key thematic areas for the coming year include network strengthening, public outreach, and policy advocacy.
The network committed to activities, including continuing a regional exchange in the form of a Pacifica Peace Talanoa with Regos and government officials, producing a series of policy briefs on common issues of gender-inclusive conflict prevention and human security in the Pacific, and staging peace education campaigns in their respective countries.
But not only was it a good time hashing out the document and looking at agreed language as a very diverse collective of Pacific peace builders, it was good to touch base, to be in the same room and hear firsthand some of the challenges they encounter in their work.
Challenges like the desperate realities of young single mothers trying to make enough money selling snacks at nakamals or kava bars to afford contraception.
Challenges like ensuring the safety of girls being sold off as commodities for basic food items.
And challenges like continuing to work to keep ahead of conflict, because that's what the work is, preempting what could happen and working to prevent conflict in all its shapes and forms. It's not the easiest thing to do when the way it has always been is to wait to react to when the conflict erupts.
While we shared, we also listened to Kesaya Anand Biju Birch of the West Africa Network for Peace Building, or OneUp, as part of a cross-regional collaboration as well as regional intergovernmental organizational partners like Brigitte Leduc, Gender Equality Advisor at the Pacific Community, or the SPC, and Andy Fong Choi, Deputy Secretary General of the Pacific Island Forum Secretariat's Economic Governance and Security Program.
But that's not all FemLINKPACIFIC got up to. FemLINKPACIFIC's Executive Producer Director, Sharon Bhagwan Rolls, attended the Civil Society Regional Forum organized by the Pacific Islands Forum Secretariat. There's a podcast all about that.
She also attended the Gender and Protection in Humanitarian Action in the Pacific training. Find out more in our notes on Facebook.
Fiji held its first Women's Parliament.
Fiji won gold at the Olympic Games, and that's all people could talk about for weeks.
Women continue to hold up the fabric of society as we continue to recover from T.C. Winston's 6 months on, give or take.
The first National Lesbian, Bisexual, Transmasculine and Intersex Conference was convened by diverse voices in action for equality.
And everyone is actually starting to talk about nuclear disarmament, even Ban Ki-moon.
And we launched the third edition of the Heroines comic book alongside the Women's Weather Watch, Protection and Human Security Update.
What a busy month!
And we haven't even mentioned the usual things you'll find on our social media, like a look at who made the news in June and July in the Pacific and the stories from the North by Sulueti Wanga, as well as what women were talking about during the monthly Rural Women Leaders Meeting.
For all that and more, visit our Facebook page, our website, or sign up for our mailing list to get the e-bulletin straight to your inbox.
Also follow our podcast on Mixcloud and subscribe to FemLINKPACIFIC on YouTube to stay up to date with our media initiatives.
You can always find the links to all the stories we discussed in the description of the video, wherever it may be.
Thanks so much for watching. I'm Hannah Hicks.
And I'm Alicia Evans. We'll see you next time.
I know!